Hey everyone, I'm Teenie Laris. I'm here to do a tutorial on a fertility smoothie, specifically for PCOS. I guess I'll start by just talking a little bit about what PCOS is if you're not familiar. So PCOS is actually when you're a woman, but you have you have high testosterone and caused by things like maybe insulin resistance, and basically you just start to become a man. Like I started to grow a mustache, and there's a lot of theories on why people get PCOS. It might be genetic, it might be caused by endocrine disruptors like birth control, it might be an autoimmune disease. But I also have a theory that at the time when I got PCOS, I had been the breadwinner. I was making a lot more money than my husband for a while. So I think my body just got confused and thought that it was the man of the relationship. So that's my theory on it. And I grew a mustache. And now you might also be thinking, what is the difference between PCOS and being transgender? So when you're transgender, that means that you feel like you are a man. I don't really feel like I'm a man, but I am on the LGBTQE spectrum. Especially you guys just recently added pansexual to that, because that is what I am. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that that's not real, because when I was in high school, I know what you mean. We used to think bisexuals weren't real, so I get it. So you guys think that pansexuals aren't real. That's fine. That's fine. But I really did date a woman for a year in 2005. I did. Okay. She wasn't just any woman. She was actually the Attorney General of Israel's niece. That really happened. So, in true straight girl fashion, I was very obnoxious about it. I was very, I felt the need that I needed to come out to everybody. No, wait a minute. You're watching this and you're thinking, this is a PCOS smoothie. Why are we hearing about this person's sexual orientation? Well, well, let me tell you about all the times that I wanted to fucking look up a muffin recipe, and I had to hear a whole fucking read a whole fucking narrative about, oh, my racist grandmother in the cornfields of southern Iowa. And no, I just wanted a fucking recipe, dog, and now I had to read this whole story. So you got to listen to my story now. So what happened was, she was actually closeted, but she was like a real lesbian. You know, she was gay for a really long time, but I'm talking about her. She's dead. So that's why I'm talking about her in past tense. But she was a real lesbian, and I was a straight person who fell in love with a lesbian. And that's actually what her sister-in-law called me too, was the straight girl. So I was very much wanting to tell everybody I've ever met in my life. So I remember one time specifically, we showed up at my, and this was kind of before, I'm dating myself here, but this was before cell phones were super duper ubiquitous. So I didn't even call my friend. I literally just showed up at my friend from middle school's house. I hadn't seen her since middle school, and I was 21 at the time. And I kind of just showed up at her house, and she lived with her mom, and I just showed up and I was like, I am what I am. And they were just like, that's cool. We're eating dinner. You want a taco or something? And I'm like, nah, just ate. And what I am needs no excuses. And so I just came out to everybody, and I was like, I changed my name on MySpace to Dykopath. It was pretty serious. So that's my story. So I'm not actually trans, but I am pansexual, and I have PCOS, and I guess I'm a very dramatic person. I was voted most dramatic in my high school yearbook. So that's me right there. See, it says most dramatic. I was named most dramatic in my high school yearbook, and get a close up here if it's not too blurry. But Christine Griffith, that's my maiden name. So I don't know who this other man is. Sean Curtis. I had a really big graduating class. I don't know who he is. I am finding myself wondering now if he too is pansexual. Hey, so you want to use something People with PCOS probably shouldn't have dairy, so you want to use like a non-dairy base. This is unsweetened coconut milk. We're also not supposed to have sugar, so you use something like unsweetened coconut milk. This is protein powder that also is unsweetened, but it's whey, so it does have dairy. So just scratch that, what I just said. You can have dairy sometimes, but I mean, I probably shouldn't eat dairy. I'm breaking out. But trust me, I know what I'm doing because I had 2 kids, one of whom was conceived after my PCOS diagnosis. Because a lot of times we get secondary infertility. This is maca root powder. I forget why it's good for you. I know it's good for your thyroid, but we're not talking about thyroid. We're talking about PCOS. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Put some maca root powder in there. Now another thing that you want to do is put, you want to make sure you put cinnamon in there because cinnamon helps with insulin resistance. It helps to control your blood sugar, which is very important for managing PCOS. Now another thing that you want to put in here is something called inositol. I don't have it, okay? It's a fucking pandemic out there. You think I'm out there buying inositol? Like, that's not a necessity right now. Get your fucking priorities straight. I don't have inositol, but if you do, you want to put some inositol in there. Something funny about inositol that you probably need to know is that people nowadays are making really healthy cocaine mixes with it. Because I know that because when I went to GNC to buy some the one time, they were like interrogating me, and then they said, oh, well, you know, people use this to cut cocaine. They're making cocaine really healthy, low glycemic cocaine out there right now. But with the inositol thing, I just wanted you to know that because it's going to be hard to get it. You have to really make an effort, make a concerted effort. Probably not right now because you'd have to do it with a mask on. And I don't even know if they're going to interrogate you. Like maybe they just did that to me. Maybe I look like a trap queen. I don't know. But that's what happened to me. So I just wanted you to know. I want you to be aware in case that happens to you. So that is this is the smoothie. I got pregnant 2 times on the first try. Both times. That is the truth. Let's make a smoothie. Sorry, I have an exaggerated startle response because I was raped when I was 3 years old. So that's our PCOS smoothie. Hope you guys like it. Have a good day.
Who needs boys when the sleeves are round? But in the first moment of